If you've only ever cooked on nonstick pans, using cast iron might feel daunting, but it doesn't have to be. Today we're going to break down why cast iron is worth making the switch and how to get started. You love your nonstick cookware. I totally get it. It's really simple to use, it's easy to clean, and nothing sticks. But the fact is that nonstick pans don't last forever. Your coating will wear down over time, the performance will drop, and high heat can be a problem. Cast iron is really the opposite. Here's 3 reasons why you should consider the switch from nonstick to cast iron. Number 1, durability. Cast iron is built to last. There's no nonstick coating to wear out, and if you take good care of your pans, they should last decades, if not generations. Number 2, performance. Cast iron has incredible heat retention and versatility. It can stay hot for a really great sear, you can saute, you can fry, you can bake, and you can serve all in the same pan, and it moves seamlessly from stovetop to oven to grill. Number 3, coating-free and naturally nonstick. Cast iron does not have a synthetic coating to help your food release. It's just the pan and the seasoning that you build. So there's no coating to break down over time, and it's only gonna get better with use. Okay, let's talk about how to make the switch. Cast iron can feel intimidating to some people. People worry about seasoning, they worry about food sticking, they worry about cleaning, but it's really easier than it seems. First, you wanna start with a well-seasoned pan. And seasoning is just heating thin layers of fat until they bond to the surface of cookware, creating a non-stick and protective layer. Maiden's cast iron comes pre-seasoned, which means you can cook with it straight out of the box. But if you want to build up a little seasoning before you start to cook, apply a thin layer of seasoning wax or high smoke point oil and heat that pan on the stovetop until it just starts to smoke. And that'll just help to create a little bit more seasoning before you get started. And then as you cook on these pans, the color is gonna grow deeper and deeper. Next, keep in mind that what you cook first in your cast iron really matters. We like to say around here you have to cook 7 bacons before you can get to an egg. So that means cooking things with a good amount of fat first. Bacon, steak, shallow fried potatoes, sauteed vegetables, even cornbread with a good amount of fat or a buttery skillet cookie. Those are all gonna help you develop that base layer of seasoning and then set you up for something more delicate like eggs or fish. My best advice for learning how to use cast iron is to just keep cooking in it. Remember to use heat to your advantage. One of the biggest differences you'll find between cooking with nonstick versus cast iron is cast iron takes longer to heat up than nonstick. But once it's hot, it's going to stay hot. So if you add something cold to the pan, the temperature is not going to drop as much as a stainless clad or a nonstick pan. Keep in mind you don't have to crank the heat all the way to high, and medium heat is going to be a good temperature for most things. If you crank it all the way to high, you could risk thermal shock, and also once you have the heat really, really high, it's going to take time to get it back down. Cast iron is incredibly heat retentive, but it's not as heat responsive as a nonstick or a stainless clad pan. Always be adding fat, never be adding acid. Whatever you cook in your cast iron, it always helps to have a little fat to help your food release, and that'll only help to build up your seasoning. If you add acidic ingredients like tomato sauce or wine or citrus, those can actually strip that seasoning. Let your pan tell you when the food is ready. If you've properly preheated your pan and you've gotten a good sear and your food is still sticking, just give it a moment before you try to scrape it off the pan and it should naturally release. And finally, clean it with care. I think the cleaning part of cast iron is what really freaks people out. But just know that if you mess it up a little bit, if you strip your seasoning a little bit, you can always bring it back. Usually when you cook something, you can let your pan cool down and then you could wipe it out or you could rinse it out with hot water. If there's stuff kind of stuck to it, you can make an exfoliating scrub with some water or oil and a little coarse salt and just kind of scrub the surface of the pan. If it's really grimy or greasy, it's okay to use a drop or 2 of soap. I know we've all been taught to never, ever, ever let soap touch your cast iron, but soap isn't the enemy of cast iron, it's moisture. The next thing I like to do is make sure the pan is really dry before putting it away. I put it back on the stovetop over medium heat and heat it until it's super dry. And finally, I like to add a thin layer of seasoning wax or oil and then wipe off any extra, and that's maintenance. But then if you heat the pan until it smokes and let it cool, that's seasoning. Making the switch to cast iron is one of the best upgrades you can make. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, cooking with cast iron is incredibly rewarding, and these pieces only get better with age. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Let me know how you're enjoying your cast iron cookware. I'm Rhoda from Maiden. Thanks for cooking with me, and I'll see you next time.